CBS, The Stars Address. May I help you?
What program's on at 6:30?
6:30. Oh, let me check the radio guide. Program at 6:30. Oh, my goodness, look who's on page 8 if it ain't Jack Benny. What a character. I went out with him once. He drove me up to Mulholland Drive, pulled over to a lonely spot and said, well, what do you know? I'm out of gas.
You don't say.
Yeah, so I said I'd be happy to buy some.
I bet that embarrassed him.
Embarrassed him? Nothing. He siphoned a gallon out of the tank and sold it to me. Oh, yes, hello?
Operator, this is Jack Benny. I'd like to check the watch. What time is it, please?
It's almost 7.
Almost 7? That's funny. I've got 20 minutes to 6.
It's 6:30. Why, you gonna start selling watches now, too?
That's the last time I give you Ethel for the price of regular.
Oh, the guy on the other line. Hello, are you still there?
Yeah, did you find out what program's on?
Oh, I forgot to check. 6:30. Oh, you just missed the Amos and Andy Christmas special. What a shame. The program on at 6:30 is... Holy cats! Say, fella, you better set your dial right away. It's Jack Benny's annual Christmas salute to the troops. Do-da-da-da!
4, 3, 2. CBS's Celebrity Christmas for the Troops, starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston and our very own Swingin' Chandeliers. The Chandeliers will open the night by taking you on a sentimental journey.
Gonna take a sentimental journey. Gonna set my heart at ease. Gonna take a sentimental journey to renew old memories. Gonna take a sentimental journey home.
Yes, it's in the air. It's everywhere. The excitement that comes with the Christmas season. And now I bring you a man who stands for wholesome entertainment and sparkling humor. A host whose Christmas dinner was the greatest thing since the Harper's Bazaar diet. Please welcome Jack Benny.
Hello again, this is Jack Benny speaking, and Don, for a man who ate 15 stalks of celery and who knows how many at my Christmas party, you're a fine one to complain.
But after all, Jack, that's all there was to eat. Celery and ham hocks.
I had turkey.
You had ham hocks. Sticking that feather duster in them didn't fool anybody.
Anyway, Don, regardless of what you might say, my party was a success. You're lucky I invited you. And to those of you at home, I want to invite you to listen in on this cozy winter night as we sit down and send our troops our love. Yes, due to special arrangement with the BBC, our guys and gals of the Allied forces will be hearing the sounds of home. And adding to the electricity in the air, President Roosevelt has given us his fireside chat spot. Yes, the President and Prime Minister Roosevelt, Prime Minister Churchill, are both listening in to tonight's broadcast. And now, since most of us have more radios than we do jello molds, let's put down that canasta gather around the crystal dial, and let's swing!
Must take the A train to go to Sugar Hill way up in Harlem. And if you miss the A train,
Such a pity.
you'll find you
Let's hear it for our studio singers, the Swingin' Chandeliers. And now, let's get straight to our Frontline Report with our Stars and Stripes reporter, Dope McGee.
Get that, Dope McGee, that's me. The dashing, daring darling of the dailies and the ding-dong dipsy-doodle daddies of the dirt dishers, diligently deviling dignified diplomats for delicate details while discreetly dictating data difficult to decipher, deliberately denouncing dangerous demagogues dripping with dubious dialogue designed to develop defeatism. Just doing my duty with a dirty claw, dilly-dallying despite the dirty digs of the desperate dogs determined to dampen my do-or-die's disposition and deteriorate a diggity dynamo into a drippity-drip. A dandy detective at dodging death and danger, if I do say so myself. Delivering a report from the GIs. The fellas are still gung-ho and want to extend a special thanks to Rosie the Riveter for keeping the home fires burning. They also wanted to tell the good old US of A they're still in it to win it, and remember, loose lips sink ships.
And now a word from our sponsors. Mary, oh Mary, are you ready for your commercial spot?
I am, Jack. But Dennis isn't here to help me.
Oh yes, I heard the news. Luckily, we are already on it. Won't you take a look at this fine chrome dome audience member that's brimming with joy to assist?
Oh, he'll do just fine. Come up here, sir. Oh, come over here. Oh, hello, sir. What's your name?
I have a job, a loving family,
All right. Can you speak right into this mic for me?
and food on the table, yet one morsel of happiness still escapes me.
Oh, really? Whatever could that be?
My hair! It's just so limp and lifeless. No matter how much mayonnaise, egg yolk, and gelatin I use, it's still so heavy and dull.
Well, have you tried Halo? Shampoo?
Heavens, no! Don't tell me more.
Oh, it's a must for every girl longing to turn her muddled mane into silky tresses.
Where on earth will I find it?
Halo! It's easy to find at your neighborhood Woolworth, and the best part is your days of lemon rinsing will be a memory.
Oh, thank you. I'll be the woman I always knew I could be.
You're not done yet. Halo, everybody, Halo! Halo is the shampoo that glorifies your hair, so Halo, everybody, Halo! Never use a soap, 'cause something dulls your hair. Halo brings out the beauty the first time that you use it. You need no lemon rinsing after you use it, so Halo, everybody, Halo! Halo shampoo, Halo! Can we have another big round of applause for our audience member?
And now, a taste of the new Gay Family series brought to you by Jell-O Red Letter Desserts. It's My Favorite Husband, starring Lucille Ball and Richard Denning as Liz and George Cooper, two people who live together and like it. As we look in on the Coopers, it's evening and they're entertaining George's boss, Mr. Atterbury, and his wife. Dinner is over and the group is in the living room, having coffee.
What a nice dinner, Liz girl.
She was in the kitchen working all day. Yes, sir, that's my baby. No, sir, don't say maybe. Yes, sir, that's my baby now.
Oh, George. Thank you, Mr. Atterbury.
Well, what do we do tonight? Say, I've got an idea. Let's gather around and sing carols.
That's
Splendid.
a great idea. What'll it be?
How about an easy one, like We Wish You a Merry Christmas?
Okay. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Hold on.
What's
I
wrong?
think one of our songbirds has gravel in its beak.
What do you mean, Rudolph?
I detected several sour notes.
So did I.
Well, so did I. Now, who was it?
I'm not really sure. Let's sing it again. Maybe we'll find out.
Okay.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Hold on. Nope. We're not going on until we find out who's singing off key.
I'm not doing it.
Neither am I.
Obviously, it's not me.
Well, how can we find out who is?
I tell you what, one of us will sing a note and the others will match it. How about you start?
Da.
Da, da.
Da.
At ease, Mounties, we found our man.
Are you insinuating that I'm the one?
Well, Liz, we all sing the same note and you sing a different one. That proves something.
Sure does. You're all off key.
Now, look, Liz, we don't mean to hurt your feelings, but you do sing sharp.
I do not.
Don't take offense, Liz. Some sing, some don't.
Well, if you don't think that I have a good singing voice, you should hear me in the shower.
Shall I bring my own towel?
Thank you, George and Liz. Now, here's a word from our sponsors.
Look sharp, feel sharp, be sharp. To look sharp every time you shave. To feel sharp and beyond the ball, just be sharp. Use Gillette blue blades for the quickest, slickest shave of all.
Does your shoe have a boy inside? What a fine he plays for, boy to hide. Does your shoe have a dog there too? A boy and a foot and a dog in a shoe. Well, the boy is Buster Brown and the dog is Tiger's friend. But it's really just a picture, but it's fun to play pretend. So when boys and girls like you want some fun, you'll get the shoe with a picture of the boy and the dog inside, so you can put your foot into Buster Brown shoes. Woof, woof.
I love Bosco, it's rich and chocolatey. Chocolate flavored Bosco, it's mighty good for me. Mama puts it in my milk for extra energy. Bosco gives me iron and sunshine vitamin D. Oh, I love Bosco, that's the drink for me. Brush your teeth with Colgate, Colgate Dental Cream. It cleans your breath, what a toothpaste, while it guards your teeth. Chock full of nuts is that heavenly coffee, heavenly coffee, heavenly coffee. Chock full of nuts is that heavenly coffee, better coffee a millionaire's money can't buy.
Howdy, little buckaroos! Don't forget to tune in to this week's episode of The Lone Ranger. Join in as a masked rider of the plains and his faithful companion Tonto try to prevent a large shipment of gold bars from being rerouted to Mexico. A horse with the speed of light. The Lone Ranger, a cloud of dust and a hearty hi-yo silver. Away!
And now, here's Prudence Powers with the home market and rations report.
Uncle Sam wants you to hear a few vital reminders. Number 1, keep heaving that hoe in your victory gardens. Your homegrown veggies are making a difference in supply and demand. Fat. Today's kitchen fat is on the rise and we can't afford to waste a bit of it. So every time you fry up a tasty morsel, carefully drain that oozing lard straight into a mason jar and reuse every drop of that liquid gold. Number 3, we have some bond slackers in our midst. You, sir! Let me remind you that 10% of your income is your personal stamp and war bond quota. This is your country, so it's your duty. Finally, a friendly reminder from our board of fruits. Chiquita banana, and I come to say bananas have to ripen in a certain way when they are flecked with brown and have a golden hue. Bananas taste the best and are the best for you. You can put them in a salad. You can put them in a pie. Any way you want to eat them, it's impossible to reach them. But bananas like the climate of the very, very tropical equator. So you should never put bananas in the refrigerator. No, 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 no.
Thank you, Prudence. And now, folks, please welcome radio's most adored duo, George Burns and Gracie Allen.
Gracie, you seem a bit spacey. I mean, happier than usual today.
Oh, George, you'll be so proud of me. I may not be on the front line, but I'm fighting wartime's high costs of living tooth and nail.
Oh, really? How are you doing that?
Well, before I buy anything, I ask how much it is. And if it's too high, I refuse to pay.
Good for you.
Yep. For a whole month now, I've charged everything.
Gracie, that's no advantage. The bills still have to be paid.
Oh, yes, but it still won't cost you any money.
Oh, really? How's that?
I pay all the bills with a check.
Oh, Gracie.
Got the idea out of my very own mind. Simple, isn't it?
The simplest. I better have a look at these bills now.
Well, certainly. They're in my filing system.
Not that Chinese puzzle you call a filing system.
Oh, George, it's easy. Which bill do you want first?
Let's look at the grocery bill.
All right, grocery. Look under T.
The grocery bill is under T.
Well, sure. We buy our groceries at Brown's Market, which is 2 blocks down the street. That's T for 2.
Okay, what about the butcher bill?
Oh, butcher, under C.
The butcher bill is under C?
Of course. Our butcher's name is Fleischenheimer. That's C. If can't spell it.
Gracie, you give me a stomachache. I'll never eat again. Go get me a bromo seltzer and say goodnight, Gracie.
Good night, Gracie.
Oh, now wasn't that nice? Well, since Sinatra, oh, Blue Eyes, was left out to round up crowds of Bobby Soxers, your hit parade got themselves a new crooner from the Latin Quarter. You'll flip your little Candine Orle Usamano.
Bésame mucho, como si fuera esta noche la última vez. Bésame mucho, que tengo miedo perderte después. This joy is something new, my arms enfolding. You never felt this way before. Whoever thought I'd be holding you close to me, whispering it's you I adore. Dearest one, if you should leave me, each little dream would take wings and my life would be Bésame mucho. Love me, my darling, and make all my dreams come true. Bésame mucho. Como si fuera esta noche la última vez. Bésame mucho, que tengo miedo perderte después. Love me, my darling, and say that you'll always be mine.
The Johnson Wax Program, starring Fibber McGee and Molly. There are certain people who simply will not admit that nature does anything correct. They're the type of people that clip poodle dogs to look like anemic lions. We see some of these people now as we meet Fibber McGee and Molly. By the looks of it, Fibber is taking pride in his Christmas tree appearance. After exploring the endless decoration opportunities of a white Christmas tree, Fibber decides to go on his new business venture.
Oh, McGee, I brought you some more hot coffee. My, it's cold out here. Put on your coat, dearie. I don't want you to catch your death of cold. How's your tree coming along?
This is the best one it's looking yet, Molly. Look how great it's getting. Looks just like new fallen snow.
Holy Toledo! We live in Ohio, so why does it look like Christmas in Vermont out here? What, are you in cahoots with Old Man Winter?
Nah, people are loving this artificial look nowadays, girl. Don't bother me now, kiddo, I'm going too good. Well, hot diggity dog, ain't that just scrumptious? I finally got this spray gun working perfect.
Now, I don't mean to bust your chops, baby doll, but I think we need to talk about something, and it is mighty important.
Stop flapping your lips till it's later. I'm just about finished. It's going to look primo. Well, there we are. Believe me, if that's the whitest Christmas tree you'll ever see around these parts. Now, wouldn't you admit it's a mighty perfect effect, baby doll?
Yeah, if you like that sort of thing. Well, if you give me your mug, I'll go in and be an eager beaver and get you some more hot coffee. But, McGee, there's something I've wanted to say for quite some time now.
What is it, doll face of Molly is?
Whose Christmas tree is this on the front porch?
Oh, that's the one I bought this morning to paint white in. Oh, great gobbledygook, Molly. What tree am I painting?
The one that's been growing in the yard all these years.
Well, if I ain't just the biggest jarhead, can't tell one tree from another. If I wasn't so stupid, I'd never let me sit here and insult me either.
Well, hey, you said it. I didn't.
Christmas trees and candles, tinsel and holly lend their own special gaieties to this merriest of merry seasons. Even the simplest family dinner takes on extra charm and attractiveness when the high point of the meal is a grand Jell-O dessert. No other dessert adds more spirit and pleasure to an occasion because no other dessert rivals Jell-O's glistening beauty. Not to mention its extraordinary shelf life. This lively mold that I am holding now stays plump and perky for weeks. So decide now to add a new note of festive delight to your meals this holiday season. Jell-O, America's merriest mold.
And now, America's merriest man, Nat King Cole, with what's soon to be a Christmas classic.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose, Yuletide carols being sung by a choir, and folks dressed up like Eskimos, and everybody knows a turkey and some mistletoe will come to make the season bright. Tiny tots with their eyes all aglow will find it hard to sleep tonight. They know that Santa's on his way. He's loaded lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh. And every mother's child is gonna spy to see if reindeer really know how to fly. And so I'm offering this simple phrase to kids from 1 to 92. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States.
My fellow Americans, the sudden criminal attacks perpetrated by the Japanese in the Pacific provide the climax of a decade of international immorality. Powerful and resourceful gangsters have banded together to make war upon the whole human race. Their challenge has now been flung at the United States of America. The Japanese have treacherously violated the long-standing peace between us. Many American soldiers and sailors have been killed by enemy action. American ships have been sunk. American airplanes have been destroyed. The Congress and the people of the United States have accepted that challenge. Together with other free peoples, we are now fighting to maintain our right to live. We Americans are not destroyers. We are builders. We are now in the midst of a war, not for conquest, not for vengeance, but for a world in which this nation and all that this nation represents will be safe for our children. We expect to eliminate the danger from Japan, but it would serve us ill if we accomplished that and found that the rest of the world was dominated by Hitler and Mussolini. So we are going to win the war, and we are going to win the peace that follows. And in the difficult hours of this day, through dark days that may be yet to come, we will know that the vast majority of the members of the human race are on our side. Many of them are fighting with us. All of them are praying for us. But in representing our cause, we represent theirs as well, our hope and their hope for liberty under God.
I'll be home for Christmas. I'll be home. I'll be home
Welcome back to CBS's Celebrity Christmas for the Troops. And now, all the way from the US of A, those downright darling dolls, Laverne, Patty, and Maxine, with a special performance just for our GIs on the front lines. Please welcome the Andrews Sisters.
Chicago way. He had a boogie style that no one else could play. He was a top man at his craft. But then his number came up and he was gone in the draft. He's in the army now, I'm going reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. They made him blow a bugle for his uncle's sail. It really brought him down because he couldn't jam. The captain seemed to understand, because the next day the cap went out and drafted a band. And now the company jumps when he plays reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. A toot, a toot, a toot, they are a toot. He blows it into the bar. In boogie rhythm, he can't blow a note unless the bass guitar is playing with him. He makes the company jump when he plays reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. He is some boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. And when he plays boogie woogie bugle, he's as busy as a busy bee. And when he plays, he makes the company jump in eight to the bar. He is the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. Da 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 liada, liada, doot doot. He blows it eight to the bar. He can't play notes, the guitar is playing with him. He makes the company jump when he plays reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. Every night, it wakes him up the same way in the early bride. They clap their hands and stamp their feet because they know how he plays when someone gives him a beat. He really breaks it up when he plays reveille. He's a boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. A toot, a toot, a tootly attitude. He blows it into the bar. In boogie rhythm, he can't blow a note unless the bass and guitar is playing with him. And the company jumps when he plays reveille. He's a boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B.
Thank you, ladies, for that ravishing performance.
I'm looking. Wait, would you mind joining me, ma'am? Right this way. Oh, let's go this way.
Sir, you should do just fine.
Oh, you're gonna
Will you
do
please
great.
come with me?
I promise. You just see such great things in your
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, excuse
Pete,
us.
he'll do just fine.
All right, we're gonna get right up on this stage.
Up on the stairs. Oh, this is so exciting, Pete. It's my
Careful
favorite
now.
part of the show. Let's go over to this other microphone.
All right, now whenever you speak, I need for you to speak directly into the mic. Can you practice by saying your name?
I'm Abigail Cochran.
Now, what Abigail did was just perfect. She spoke right into the head of this microphone. Sir, could you tell us your name?
Richard Chunta.
Richard Chunta, and you too?
Karen Vineyard.
Wesley Vineyard.
All right, everybody. So we have Wesley, Karen. Oh no, you're staying up here, sir. And we have all of our studio volunteers up here, and we're ready to go. Don, do you have one thing you want to say before we get started?
Well, actually, I would like to interject. We all need to use our best British accents tonight.
Yes.
And now, we present The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. Our story begins Christmas Eve many years ago, 1886 to be exact. We meet Mr. Holmes and John Watson in the Baker Street room, relaxing by the fire.
Holmes? Oh, Holmes. There are two women to see you. Here's the card.
Mrs. Whitcomb, splendid. Ask her to come up, please.
Hello, Mr. Holmes. This is my maid, Matilda.
Pleased to make your acquaintance. I hoped you'd be here. Especially you, Mr. Watson.
Pardon me, could you do that again?
I said I'd hope you'd be here, Mr. Watson.
Mrs. Wilcombe, did you have a case for us? Excuse me.
Yes, I've come to you regarding a most delicate matter.
I would be most pleased to handle your your delicate matters. Now, whatever is wrong?
I decided to have a Christmas party.
She's very well off. She's giving very expensive gifts. It's important to celebrate those you care about. Don't you think so, John?
What type of gifts?
Well, diamond cufflinks.
Ruby earrings.
Halo. Shampoo.
And I've wrapped each of the presents in banknotes.
My goodness, you always did know how to give the most extravagant gifts.
Your late husband was a lucky man. It's a shame he could never discover who strangled him with the red scarf.
Yes, Watson. It was a mystery to me.
Never mind that, Mr. Holmes. I need your presence at my party tonight.
I'd be glad to attend, but whatever is the dilemma?
Well, she's quite scared. It's a shame she doesn't have a big, strong man to protect her like you, John.
Here is a note I received this morning.
Dear Mr. Holmes, there is something I've wanted to tell you for a while.
Wrong letter.
Oh, I have it here. You read it, John. It's still warm.
That's right here. My dear Miss Wilcombe, so you thought you could get away with playing Father Christmas. Unfortunately, your petite figure betrays you.
Funny, her petite figure never betrayed me.
You're far too generous with your Christmas gifts.
Oh, John, you should be more generous with your Christmas gifts.
Pardon me, would you do that again?
I said you should be more generous with all of your Christmas gifts.
May I finish reading the letter?
Sure.
We do not approve?
I approve.
So do I.
Either we receive £5,000 by 6 o'clock on Christmas Eve, or I'm afraid your Christmas party will be absent of its presence.
Let me see that note, John.
Here you go.
By George, yes. Mrs. Whitcomb, I accept the case. I'll come with you to your party at once.
I'm delighted, Inspector Holmes.
Holmes, why is it imperative for us to attend?
I'm familiar with this writing. I know that M in my dear Mrs. Whitcomb. I've seen it too often at the beginning of a signature. Moriarty.
Mr. Holmes seems rather surprised at the discovery of Moriarty's letter, but you'll be pleasantly surprised when you discover spam. Yes, spam on your dinner plate is a real tongue tingler that thoroughly satisfies the average family. SP is for spice, and AM is for ham, and you can fill in the blanks with its surprisingly pleasing gelatinous bond. After all, with over 3,500 milligrams of sodium per can, It's gonna be tasty, and your blood pressure will be so high, you'll be alert for days. This delicious meat food product is so perfectly processed, it's diverse too. So just pop open a can of Spam, fried, baked, or flaked, and your family will say, "Thanks, Mom. Spam is really elegant eating." And now, back to the adventures of Sherlock Holmes.
Mr. Holmes and Miss Whitcomb are in a frantic race in order to stop Moriarty from stealing the Christmas presents. They've arrived at Miss Whitcomb's home.
Have the guests arrived, Matilda?
Yes, most of them, ma'am. They were in the dining room feasting on Spam. However, they've moved to the lavatory.
It happens to me every time.
What about the gifts?
I've spoken to my butler. A gentleman arrived 3/4 of an hour ago, sir, dressed like Father Christmas. He is now in the study.
Confound it! He's got here before us!
This way to the study. Dear me, the gentleman appears to have gone. Catch me, John! I'm feeling faint.
The sack containing the presents is missing. Watson, Matilda, were you not keeping watch over the doors?
We were in the closet.
You were where?
Well, we were just dusting.
So that's what you call it.
While you were doing that, he slipped out through the window here. The latch is undone.
Oh, Sherlock, you're so observant.
I did hear something while we were in the closet.
So did I.
I overheard a man speaking. He lisped. It was quite pronounced.
Of course! Lou the Lithba.
Lou the Lithba?
Lou the Lithba?
Who on earth is Lou the Lithba?
One of Moriarty's most trusted accomplices. He's reputed to have some connections with the disciples of the octagonal square. Watson?
Yes, Holmes?
Rush this message to Scotland Yard. Ask for Inspector Lestrade to meet me at the Temple of the Octagonal Square. I'm afraid there might be trouble!
Let's give one more big round of applause for our studio volunteers.
And that concludes this week's Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. Will the Christmas gifts be recovered? Will Mr. Holmes confess his undying love for Miss Whitcomb? Will Lou de Lisper ever get speech therapy? Find out next week on the new installment of The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. And now, here's Those Chandeliers with the weather report.
I love the winter weather, so the two of us can get together. There's nothing sweeter, finer, when it's nice and cold. I can hold my baby closer to me and collect the kisses that are due me. I love the winter weather because I got my love to keep me warm. Love the winter weather, so the two of us can get together. There's nothing sweeter, finer, when it's nice and cold. I can hold my baby closer to me and collect the kisses that are due me. I love the winter weather because I got my love to keep, got my love to keep, because I got my love to keep me warm.
there is really nothing so dismal as B.O. Yes, B.O. is a nuisance, especially when nobody tells you about it. You think it's your personality they don't like, when really, it's just your B.O. New Lifebuoy soap will stop your B.O. dead in its tracks with a new added ingredient, new vanishing scent, but the same protective lather. And with Lifebuoy's affordable pricing, you can buy several cakes today and even try daily baths. New Lifebuoy soap. From head to toe, it stops B.O. And now, back to our program.
You know, I think one of those chandelier dolls has the eye for me.
She better get her eyes checked.
Say, speaking of eyes, have you seen that new hotshot second baseman?
Jackie Robinson.
Yeah, that's the one. You know, the Mets should really sign him. Say, speaking of America's favorite sport, since you're such an expert, what do you say you tell me the names of the fellas on the St. Louis team since we're going down to see them play?
Well, I'd love to, but nowadays they're giving ball players peculiar names.
Like funny names. I got you. Go on.
All right. Well, we got who's on first, what's on second, I don't know's on third.
Well, that's what I want you to tell me. I want you to tell me the names of the fellas on the team.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Well, then go ahead.
All right. Who's on first, what's on second, I don't know's on third.
Look. Do you know the names of the fellas on the team?
Well, I should.
All right. And the guy playing first.
Who?
Yeah, who's on first?
Yes.
The fella on first.
Who?
The guy.
Who?
The fella.
Who?
The fella playing first.
Who?
Look. Obviously, you pay the first baseman off every month.
Certainly.
So when you pay him off, who gets the money?
Every dollar of it.
Look. What's the first baseman's name? That's what I want you to tell me.
It's who?
Who gets the money?
His wife comes down and collects it sometimes.
Whose wife?
Yes. Is
Look.
there something wrong with that?
I just want you to tell me what's the first baseman's name.
No, what's on second?
I'm not asking you who's on second.
Who's on first?
One base at a time here.
All right, don't go switching around bases.
I'm not switching nobody.
All right, calm down.
Okay, look. All you have to simply do is tell me the name of the fella on first.
Who?
The fella.
Who?
The guy on first.
Who?
What's the guy's name?
What's on second?
I'm not asking you who's on second.
Who's on first?
I don't know.
He's on third base.
Look, just simply tell me what the first baseman's name is.
What is not on first? What's on second?
I'm asking you who's on second.
Who's on first?
I don't know.
Third base.
How'd I get on third?
You mentioned his name.
If I mention his name, then what I say his name is.
No, what's on second?
I'm asking you who's on second.
Who's on first?
I don't know. Third base. All right, the outfield.
Okay.
All right, left field his name.
Why?
Well, I just thought I'd ask you.
I just thought I'd tell you.
Well, then go ahead.
Why?
Look, what's the left fielder's name?
What is not on left field? What's on second?
I'm not asking you who's on second.
Who's on
I'll
first?
break your arm if you say who's on first. I want you to tell me the left fielder's name.
Why?
Because
he's our center fielder.
You know, forget the outfield. You got a pitcher?
Certainly.
All right, pitcher's name.
Tomorrow.
Why don't you tell me today?
I'm telling you right now.
Then go ahead.
Tomorrow.
What time?
What time what?
What time are you going to tell me what the pitcher's name is?
Okay, what's on second?
I'm not asking you who's on second.
Who's on first?
I don't know.
Third base.
All right, catcher.
Today.
Today and tomorrow's pitching.
Now you've got it.
I only got a couple days on the team then.
That's all you got to do.
Because you know I'm a catcher too.
Oh, I've heard.
All right. So I'm catching and tomorrow's pitching on my team.
All right.
So now a heavy hitter gets up and he goes to hit. So when he hits, he bunts the ball. Now, me being a good catcher, I'm going to pick up the ball and I'm going to throw it to first base. So I pick up the ball and I throw it to who?
Naturally.
So I pick up the ball and I throw it to who?
Naturally.
Okay, I got it now. So I pick up the ball and I throw it to naturally.
No, you pick up the ball and you throw it to who?
Naturally.
That's different.
That's what I said. I pick up the ball and I throw it to naturally.
No, you pick up the ball and throw it to who?
All right, that's what I said.
Look, you ask me.
All right, I pick up the ball and I throw it to who?
Naturally.
Now you ask me.
You pick up the ball and throw it to who?
Naturally.
There you go.
That's what I said. So I pick up the ball and I throw it to whoever. Now, who drops the ball and the guy runs to second?
Right.
Who throws the what? What throws the I don't know? I don't know. Throws it back to tomorrow. Triple play. Cool. Now another heavy hitter gets up and he hits a long fly ball to because. Why? I don't know, and frankly, I don't give a darn.
What?
I said I don't give a darn.
Oh, that's our shortstop.
Welcome back, everyone. The moon sure is high tonight. There seems to be an air of blues in these parts, and here to cure those blues with a tune is the lovely and incomparable Pamela Pell.
I stand at your gate, and the song that I sing is of moonlight. I stand and I wait for the touch of your hand in the June night. The roses are sighing a moonlight serenade. The stars are aglow, and tonight how their light sets me dreaming. My love, do you know that your eyes are the stars brightly beaming? I bring you and sing you a moonlight serenade. Let us stray till the break of day in love's valley of dreams. Just you and I, a summer sky, a heavenly breeze, drifting the trees. So don't let me wait. Come to me tenderly in the June night. I stand and I wait for the touch of your hand in the June night. A love song, my darling, a moonlight serenade. A love song, my darling, a moonlight serenade.
I won!
What?
Oh, I won a major award, dear. It's the Western Union Telegram. Tonight, it's coming tonight. Hot dog, it's tonight.
Did you win one of your word puzzle games?
You bet I did. I knew the name of the Lone Ranger's nephew's horse, Victor.
Ooh, well, good job, honey. Okay. Ralphie, do you have Aunt Clara's Christmas present on yet?
Oh, come on, Mom.
Oh, right now. Come here so I can see you better. Oh, isn't that the cutest thing? Oh, Aunt Clara's always sending you the nicest thing. Just so cute. Oh, it's precious.
Boy, you look like a deranged Easter bunny.
He does not.
He does too. Boy looks like a pink nightmare. Are you happy wearing that, son? You want to take it off?
Look at him.
Tell the kid to take it off.
All right, you only have to wear it when Aunt Clara visits. But
Oh, it's here. Oh, it's here. Come right on in, sir. Hey, boy, grab me the hammer and crowbar.
no, don't scratch the walls.
Oh, this one's big.
Oh.
Do I need to sign something, mister?
Find it, Parker?
Yeah, that's me. There we go.
Those are heavy. Be careful.
Fragile.
I think it says.
Must be Italian.
Oh, No, I think it says fragile, dear.
Oh, yeah. Here, give me those, boy. Get on in here.
Be careful, Ralphie.
Here, hold the box for me, boy. I'm going in.
Oh, be careful!
Oh my gosh, you're gonna love this.
No.
It's a leg.
What is it?
Well, can't you see? It's a glorious lamp. Oh, and I know the perfect place for it. Here, take this for me, boy, and help me plug it in. It's going in the front room window.
No.
Yep.
I don't
It's sensational.
No, I think a better place would be the attic.
Oh, there you go, boy.
No, I think that the neighbor will still see.
Exactly. The neighbors will gather from miles around to see my amazing, my spectacular, my glorious award.
Ralphie!
Children see him almond-eyed, with skin of yellow hue. Some children see him dark as they, sweet Mary, Son, to whom we pray. Some children see him dark as they, and they love him too. The children in each different place will see the baby Jesus' face, like theirs, but bright with heavenly grace, and filled with holy light. Oh, lay aside each earthly thing, and with thy heart its offering. Come worship now the infant King. 'Tis love that's born tonight.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, officers and enlisted, Mr. President and Prime Minister, it's time for us to sign off.
Say, Jack, don't you think we've had an especially lovely time on tonight's show?
Why, yes, Mary, I do. Those swinging chandeliers hit the mark every time. We've been the talk of the town with our celebrity guest stars, and how about that studio audience? And to our GIs and their families, this broadcast has been our gift to you.
We know the time with your loved ones seems long ago and far away, but we hope that this broadcast has lessened the miles between you.
And to our soldiers across the seas, our hearts are always with you. Every generation has paid some high price for freedom, and now it's our turn.
We know that on our fighting front there are no silent nights. We shudder to think of you in muddy trenches while we're here cozy in our freedom.
We know that you are fighting for the day when Christmas will once again dawn in a world of peace. We ask God's blessings upon you, upon your mothers and fathers, wives and children, all of your loved ones at home.
We ask that God's comfort will be with those who are sick and wounded, and that he will save and cherish those who have given their lives, so that you may live in honor with your countrymen forever.
God bless all of you who fight our battles on this Christmas night. God bless us all. Keep us strong in our faith so that we may fight for a peace, for a better day, here and everywhere.
God grant us an early peace and victory founded on justice. Instill into the hearts and mind of men everywhere a firm purpose to live forever in peace and goodwill towards all. Amen.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. From now on, our troubles will be out of sight. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Make the Yuletide gay. From now on, our troubles will be miles away. Happy golden days of yore. Faithful friends who are dear to us, gathered here once more, once more. Through the years we all will be together. In the face of love, the star upon the highest bough. And have yourself a merry little Christmas.
What good is melody?
What good is music?
Possessing something sweet.
From those of us on the domestic front to you on distant shores,
The melody.
here's wishing you a very Merry Christmas. And remember,
There's something else
That makes the tune complete.
so keep on swinging.
Don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. Do what, 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 do what.